This is not a coincidence. It's not an accident. It's not just another moment passing by. This very breath, this exact second, is divine timing. God has been waiting for a long time to say your name now. He feels a sense of urgency and light in his voice. Heaven isn't speaking any longer. It's telling everyone that your time has come, that everything you cried over is now right outside your door. The parts you thought would never start are already being written above you in gold ink. You're not just close, you walked right into it. The place where prayers are heard, the field where the long-awaited crop will happen, the time when someone called your name so loudly that it broke through what other people were trying to close. When you broke down and when you got the courage to try again, Archangel Michael was right there with you, watching you carefully and quietly. When you were hurting but didn't tell anyone, he saw you fold your hands and whisper, "God, if you still see me, speak." This message is the answer to that whisper, because you were not left alone. You were not forgotten. We didn't forget about you. You were being put in place. And this message was held in heaven like a glowing scroll that was sealed with your tears and signed by God's hands. Michael was told not to give it to you until your heart was ready to accept it without any question, delay, or denial. That time has now come. You're too old for what used to make you feel better. Thoughts, habits, and people that used to feel like safety have now turned into jail. You didn't say anything though. You did not move. It was because you didn't want to move until God told you to. And God in heaven saw how sacred it was. Heaven saw how they held back. Michael saw you keep quiet while other people yelled your name. He saw how much you loved people who didn't know how to love you back. He saw you give even when you didn't have anything to give. He saw the day your soul finally stopped running and said, "God, I give up, even if I don't understand." That surrender opened the scroll. That's why heaven is leaning in. That's why Michael is now standing next to you, not as a distant guardian, but as a messenger with revelation in his wings. He says your waiting season was never punishment. It was getting ready, and now it's over. You're not going to be late. You're getting there just as heaven cleared the way. You have never been on a road like this before. It doesn't take any work. It needs knowledge. Not trying hard, but being still. That's because this time you won't have to force your way through. It will happen by itself. And finally, you beloved are in line with its goal, in line with the truth, in line with the version of you that heaven made before anyone else touched your heart. Michael talks to you again, but this time not loudly but deeply into the parts of you that have been waiting to breathe out. You no longer need permission. The sky replies, "You are not waiting for the moment, you are the moment." Even though you can't see it, your name is once again a sound in heaven, not a desperate cry, but a sound of remembering. That's the one we talked about, as heaven just said. That's the one we kept safe. That person is ready. Things that seemed stuck are about to move. You are about to find everything you thought was lost in a better form, and everything you gave up in quiet is about to come back to you, marked with the marks of heaven. This moment didn't come to your mind. You prayed for it to happen. Even though you couldn't understand it, you could feel it in your bones. That knowledge you've had since you were a child, the one who said you're different from everyone else. Heaven was secretly planting seeds at that time. Those seeds are now in the light. They're in bloom. You too. Michael moves even closer. It doesn't feel heavy to have him around. It feels like home. He's been close to you for longer than you think. He has seen things that others have missed. He spoke to your heart in a whisper when you couldn't hear. He says this today. Tonight was marked in heaven a long time ago. Heavenly freedom was planned for this very night. It's not just another day coming to an end. From now on, this is how things will go. And things will never be the same again if you receive this with an open heart. So take a deep breath, dear. Not in fear, but in freedom. You're not going to miss this. It's about to meet you. Now is the time for you. Heaven agrees with everything you say about your name. Don't wait any longer. Don't think one more night. That's it. Right now is the time when the stars will shine for you. When heaven decides that the waiting is over, holy things take place. No one or nothing can stop what's been written for you when the holy clock strikes the hour of fulfillment. We're seeing that happen right now. You didn't find this message by accident. The universe planned for this word to find you. Michael, the archangel, did not pick this time by accident. Jesus himself whispered, "Now, tell them now, no more delay, because heaven has waited long enough to see you walk fully into the space you were always destined for. And today, the sky itself agrees. Your time has come. You are not the same person who started this journey. You are not the same soul who once questioned whether you were strong enough to keep going. Life tried to break you, but heaven was rebuilding you in secret. People walked away, but angels walked in. And in the quiet of your suffering, your heart started speaking a language only heaven could understand. Not with perfect words, but with the sound of endurance, with the sound of "I'm still here," even when everything inside you wanted to disappear. Michael saw that. He stood silently beside you when you thought no one noticed how hard it was to get out of bed, to keep forgiving, to keep trusting. And now that same Michael stands tall in front of you, not in sorrow but in certainty. Because the spiritual transaction has been completed, you have moved from waiting to walking. You are stepping into promises that were spoken over your life before your first breath. You are walking into favor that was carved into your future when God first formed you in His mind. This is not about luck. This is about divine justice. Michael says you were not ignored. You were being guarded. You were not rejected. You were being reserved for something bigger. You were not overlooked. You were being hidden on purpose because heaven doesn't place treasure in plain sight. And now the covering is lifting. Now the light is revealing. Now the hourglass has turned and the sand is falling into the moment where breakthrough becomes visible. You'll begin to notice things, small things, people reaching out to apologize, ideas waking up inside your mind, resources finding their way to you like water moving toward thirst, conversations aligning perfectly, doors that once required force swinging open with grace. This is not a coincidence, it's confirmation. Heaven is showing off in front of you because it wants you to understand that this time the blessing is coming with no sorrow attached, no hidden pain, no betrayal behind the curtain, just pure, clean favor, because God said, "It's time." And Michael leans in close again, almost whispering into your spirit. You were not created to live halfway blessed. You were not designed to survive only. You are meant to carry heaven's glory in the ordinary. You are meant to walk with confidence, not because of who you are, but because of who sent you. You, beloved, are a message in motion. A letter God wrote to the earth wrapped in skin filled with light. You are not forgotten ink on the edge of a page. You are the bold headline heaven has been waiting to reveal. And tonight, this night is when the spiritual printers start releasing what's been locked in the vault. Can you feel it? The weight shifting, the pain loosening, the ache becoming a quiet strength. That's not your imagination. That's heaven moving. That's angels making space. That's Archangel Michael clearing away the last remnants of doubt from your atmosphere, because there's no more room for fear. There's no more place for questioning. There's no more time to hesitate. This is it. This is the moment you'll remember years from now and say, "That's the day everything began to make sense." In the throne room, Jesus has already called your name out loud, not just by chance, not out of sympathy, but on purpose, in fire, and with all clarity. Can they handle this? He didn't ask. Instead, he said, they are ready. Michael was also not prepared. He came with a divine yes that let go, a door without a handle so it doesn't need to be pushed open. It's an act of faith. A gift is not being given to you. What was always yours is being given back to you. Joy that makes your heart feel good again. Peace that you don't have to search for anymore. A reason that doesn't need love and a stage. Not the kind that makes you jump around, but the kind that keeps you in the middle of your story without making any changes. just letting you know that you're still picked. Take a deep breath, my love. Not like the person who is still alive, but like the person who just realized they were held the whole time. Don't walk like you're looking for something. Walk like you're already there. You are home when God says so. And tonight, heaven is having a party for you. There's no reason why you should have won. You just never gave up. To trust even when things didn't make sense, because you didn't get tough when pain told you to. And being soft, having faith, and being strong was the key. That's why heaven had to be right now. Heaven will always remember. It's okay to feel like your story has been put on hold, or that your life has been too blank for too long. Heaven still has the plot. God still has the pen. And right now, darling, the person who wrote your life is starting over with a new page and writing the chapter called Now in gold ink. There's no more wait. There is no longer any doubt. Things start to change on this page, and Archangel Michael was sent to do more than just bring you the news. He is also there to make sure that nothing gets in the way of what is about to happen. Michael has been through fire with you. When you cried alone in your room and asked God, "Why does it feel like I'm being forgotten?" You didn't see him. You didn't know that his presence was beating back forces you couldn't even imagine. But tonight, you'll feel it as more than just a guardian. It will be a divine message that someone remembers you. People are watching you. This time, you've been picked. There's nothing you need to prove. You don't have to do anything to get the gift. You don't need to go after something that is already after you. The breakthrough has already been accepted by heaven. It's not a little one either. You can't just ask for one prayer. It's about being straight in every way. Spiritual, social, material, and between generations. This isn't a moment to fix one thing. This is a moment to watch everything come together because you waited, because you were true, because you kept the light inside you going even when it got dark outside. Michael is standing next to you and is no longer quiet. He's talking into the air, getting rid of old pain records that are linked to your name. He's getting rid of the names people gave you when they didn't understand your calling. He is saying what God has already said. They're not behind. The miracle needs them to be right where they are. Things that seemed like they were taking too long are about to make sense. All the closed doors you used to be sad about will soon look like divine security, because you might have been happy with something smaller if they had opened. But now, your spirit is old enough to carry what has been planned. This time you're not asking out of despair. You are walking with hope. That change is what lets heaven in. God isn't just giving you things this season. He is giving you back your name, your rest, and your flow. You'll laugh again, but not because you finally found the answers. You'll laugh because you no longer need them. The peace is coming, not because everything is fine, but because your soul is now in sync with God's plan. This isn't just a game. This is a pretty big deal. Let's talk about your soul, your future, and what you're meant to do. So, there's this spot that's been on your mind. It could be a get-together, a meetup, or just somewhere you've been asked to join. It might seem innocent, kind of like something you've tried in the past. I'm just saying this with all the love I have. Please don't go there. Just a heads up, you might want to avoid stepping into that place. Danger lurks, disguised behind smiles and sweet talk. I can see things that you might not notice. I catch what's said when you're not here. I've got a sense of what's happening behind the scenes, and I just want to help you step back from the brink before things go too far. Trust me, you won't believe what's in store for you there. Can you listen for a moment? You really should avoid this place, no matter what. The warning isn't straightforward. This isn't your typical warning message. It's packed with a sense of divine urgency. There are 3 women involved. They've come not to help you or show you the way, but to pull you into something they don't really get themselves into. They look all smiles on the surface, but there's some pretty risky stuff brewing behind the scenes. One of them used to speak softly about you. One of them is still acting like they love you. And the third, well, she's the most dangerous, since she never even revealed her face. She's tucked away behind the other 2. She's the one who's calling the shots. She's the one gathering all the info. She's the one who really knows what gets to you. I've pointed them out before, but I guess you weren't quite ready to see it. You really can't overlook this now. It's really important that you take this to heart. You definitely know their names. You've probably heard their voices before. You've actually hung out with them and shared some laughs. But I, the Lord, know what they're up to when you're not looking. I notice the group chat. I can see the recordings. I notice the photos they share quietly. I notice the teasing. I can see the manipulation happening. You're not being paranoid at all. You're really tuning into your spiritual side. One of them said, "If anything goes wrong, we'll just say it's a coincidence." Someone else mentioned, "They won't suspect us. We're really close." But the third one said, "They won't go away even if they find out. We've already got them relying on us emotionally. I never wanted you to be around those who pretend to be nice while plotting against you. You might find yourself feeling a bit attached. I get that you feel loyal, but remember, your loyalty shouldn't outweigh your willingness to listen to what I have to say. When I say to go, just go. When I say to disconnect, just go ahead and disconnect. If I say not to go there, just trust me and don't question it with your feelings. You know that place you're thinking about going to? Whether it's a meeting, a party, a casual get-together, a quick visit, or even a temple, maybe it's best to skip it. I'm not saying this because I'm scared. I'm sharing this because I really believe it's spot on. There's something going on at that spot, and if you step in there, you might just find yourself caught in a spiritual surprise. At first, you might not notice it. It might feel like just a regular chat, filled with laughter, but after a moment, you'll notice that something isn't quite right. Someone's going to say something that really stings. Someone's going to bring up your past. Someone might try to make you feel guilty. And someone will act like they're comforting you while actually collecting more information about your soul's pain. That's how they roll. Not with knives or swords, but with words that slice through the quiet. They've got a plan in place. They've already chatted with someone about you. Absolutely. Even a person in a position of authority, someone who has the ability to stand in the way of your blessing. But what they didn't realize is that I'm the one holding them back. I've already jumped in and messed with their plans a bit, but now it's your turn to take that final step. Hey, you really shouldn't go, even if it seems like everyone is counting on you to be there. Even if someone says, "Hey, I've been looking forward to seeing you." Even if someone is crying or trying to make you feel guilty, just don't give in. I've got something even better lined up for you somewhere else, but I'm not going to push it on you. Can we get on the same page about this? Could you say, "God, I choose your voice over their invitation"? Have you ever thought about why some blessings seem to take their sweet time to arrive? You've shouted, "God, I did everything right. I heard you, but I just couldn't let go of what they were planning to use against you." If I had shared your financial breakthrough before this came to light, they would have taken your own words and used them against you to ruin your peace. If I had opened that romantic door before you got to see their true colors, they would have definitely tried to use emotional blackmail to ruin your happiness. I kept it to myself, not to punish, but to keep safe. But now, the wait is finally over. Tomorrow is the big day, not just a coincidence or something minor. It's the conversation that's been building up, the step we might have missed, or the visit we decided to skip. That's the person in charge. If you listen to me and steer clear of the trap, I'll share the complete version of the promise I made to you. Absolutely, the authentic version, the one you've only had a little taste of. Everything you could want: a complete home, a loving family, a clear mind, genuine love, welcoming doors, divine protection, public respect, and restored finances. It's all there. But I can't just pour clean water into a cup that still has poison in it. So, these three women, they're the real trouble. You really hoped they had turned over a new leaf. You really wanted to think those tears were genuine. It's easy to think that people can change and grow, right? Absolutely. There are times when they really do. But in this situation, they didn't. They've just figured out how to hide more effectively. Have you ever wondered why you've been feeling random anxiety lately? Have you noticed why your dreams have been feeling so heavy lately? Have you ever wondered why chats that used to be fun now leave you feeling so tired? Your intuition is sensing the underlying tension. They're smiling, but deep down you can sense something isn't right. I've put the gift of discernment in you, and it's all set to go now. Don't even think about doubting it. Just trust it. This isn't your typical advice. This feels like paradise, keeping you safe from falling into a trap. Hey, I really think you should avoid that place. If you follow the rules, you'll notice a big change. You'll notice how what was intended for harm can actually become part of your story. You'll notice how the pit that's been dug for you turns into the pit that takes down your enemies. The ground is already shaking with the weight of this revelation. The enemy is already shaking in their boots because their plan has been revealed. Even if you can't see it with your own eyes, the Spirit has a way of seeing everything. Everything is out in the open up there, and heaven has decided to share it with you because you are cherished. Don't underestimate your worthiness for that kind of attention. Don't ask, "Why would God talk to me?" You're His child, and He's always watching over you. Your sleepless nights haven't gone unnoticed by heaven. Heaven has listened to the cries you believed went unnoticed. Heaven has been right there with you in those quiet moments when no one else was around. And now, heaven speaks up, breaking the silence with a clear voice. Maybe you should skip going tomorrow. Just a heads up, don't go into that place. Tomorrow isn't about feeling down. It's about finding hope. It's like flipping to a new page. It's like breaking a chain. It's like they're canceling an assignment that was supposed to bring you down. What do you think? I got it. If you're all set for your miracle, the women who wait will be spread out. Their togetherness is based on lies, and lies just can't hold up against the truth. Even now, the light is slowly revealing what they have planned. Even now, their words just seem to drop to the ground without any impact. Right now, angels are lifting you up, keeping you safe from their plans. Are you sensing that strength building up inside you? It's really comforting to know that you're not forgotten. There's something powerful about feeling recognized. It's comforting to realize that even if tomorrow looks a bit gloomy, there's already a light guiding your way from above. Step into that light, my dear. Hold on tight, because heaven's keeping an eye on you, and the angels are calling out your name. Your breakthrough is just around the corner even now. Your miracle is just around the corner. Your safety is guaranteed. Your future is set. The trap that was set for you is going to fall apart because you decided to pay attention. Since you listened to that quiet voice, since you had faith, this belief will take you right into the promise that was set before time even started. You weren't meant to be defeated. You weren't made for destruction. You were made for greatness. You were made to win. Tomorrow is going to be a mix of challenges and hope, that's for sure. The final day isn't the same as your last breath. This is the final gasp of the enemy's schemes aimed at you. You'll come out of it just fine, completely intact and unharmed. You're being lifted right now, even above the whispers of those who come together against you. The three women are waiting, completely unaware that heaven has already taken the lead. Their shadows just can't hold up against the brightness of divine light. Their plans just can't thrive in the soil that God has already blessed for you. I need you to listen to me one more time. Just a heads up, maybe skip that place tomorrow. It's got a lot going on, and I'm sharing this because I care, not out of fear. Your foes wanted to keep you in the dark, but now you can see clearly. Your foes wanted to keep you quiet, but now your voice is rising up with the truth. Your enemies tried to corner you, but now you're surrounded by a shield of wings keeping you safe. Have you noticed how heaven seems to say something before the storm hits? Have you noticed how God seems to send a warning before danger approaches? This is the voice you're looking for. This is the moment we've been waiting for. This is the mercy we're talking about. This is not something you can take lightly. This word carries a lot of weight. It's absolutely divine. It's sealed with light. You're curious about why heaven would give you such careful warnings. You're chosen for a reason. Your future is filled with glory. Your destiny can't be taken away by those who talk behind your back. Even in those moments when you felt weak, there's been strength within you that heaven has noticed. Even when you felt broken, there's been beauty waiting to rise in the eyes of heaven. Even when you might have felt forgotten, the angels have always been right there with you. They were right there by your bed while you cried quietly. They were right there with you, even when you felt like you were on your own. They mentioned your name up in heaven when you felt like no one was thinking of you. You're definitely not invisible. Hey, just wanted to say you're not forgotten. You're not alone in this. I'm always here for you, even when you're sad. I accept the wake you leave behind and turn your fears into a calm flow of peace. May my peace be a source of strength that lasts and a deep well from which you draw every day. When your mind's waves get big, know that you are rooted in a truth that will never change. It is deeper than the deepest sea and as stable as the tallest mountain. I love it. There is no storm that can weaken this love, and no fear that can weaken the power I have given you. Let this truth sink into your being. Each new day will bring you a gentle renewal and a new energy. Know that everything you do, no matter how small or hesitant, brings you closer to the completion of my perfect plan. Don't forget how strong you need to be to keep going when you're scared and unsure. No matter how small an act of trust seems, it is a powerful sign of the Spirit I am growing in you. No matter how hard things get for you, know that your spirit is being held. As you go through the next few moments, remember that your fears are just shadows that will fade away when you feel my love and company. Trust me with everything you have, because I will always be your safe place and loyal friend. Do not look back if your spirit is stirred. Hold on to these words and let them guide your soul every time you feel doubt or worry. I am standing firm and determined, ready to calm you down and help you find peace. Rest in the arms of my everlasting love, sweet soul. Life is in my words. Freedom is in my care. Click join to start walking the road of eternal faith. Amen.